Yeah, let's take a few of the questions. So I think there was the question about, oh, I've had an employee who's been waiting weeks and weeks since their test and they want to return. What can we do? And I think as Ann just laid out, there is now this path where you can treat them as the asymptomatic untested or the symptomatic untested. So either the 14 days or the 10 days. So if it's been 3 weeks, then certainly can probably return, particularly if they're asymptomatic. There's a question about for restaurant patio dining. I cannot get a definitive answer on the maximum amount of people that can sit at one table. Yeah, I think as Rick would quickly point out, that is unfortunately one of those county by county questions that there is, the state doesn't provide a definitive answer. It's going to be county by county. I can tell you in LA County, the most recent protocol is that no more than 6 people at any one table. But I don't know any other counties. Rick, do you?
Yeah, I think that San Diego has a specific number as well. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know that San Diego also has a specific number. I think it might be up to 9 or 10, but definitely no more than 2-digit number.
Yeah, so it's frustrating as it is, it's one of those county by county questions. Question is, are we suggesting that we have to contact the local health department for every confirmed case, or just that there's an outbreak of 3 or more? Again, assuming your county doesn't have a different requirement, the state guidance is 3 or more within a 2-week period where the employees are different households. So no, you don't have to contact every case, but I can't guarantee you that there's not a county somewhere that says we want to know about every case. But generally statewide, only have to do it for an outbreak defined as 3 or more within a 2-week period. We have a question. What if you experience an employee refusing their temperature check? Some employees saying it can cause brain damage, and is that true? Ann or Rick?
Well, I'm not aware of a temperature check causing brain damage. That's really off the wall to me. But yeah, employers can require reasonable measures to check on employees, and it specifically includes temperature checks. And if that's your consistent policy of part of your plan to maintain a healthy workplace, is to do the temperature checks each day, and it can add value to determining if an employee should be going home or should be in the workplace. And if you've got an employee who's refusing to do that, that potentially is grounds to terminate that employee or certainly discipline the employee. It's not going to cause brain damage, and it's been approved by the EEOC that it's appropriate to do so under these circumstances.
Yeah, and that's basically that coronavirus is a direct threat to the health and safety in the workplace, and so the employer can take reasonable steps in that regard. There's a question about how do close contacts who have to get quarantined get paid, either under the CARES Act or under some state California benefit. We're going to cover these leaves in just a little bit, so hopefully we'll answer that shortly. If an employee tests positive, do the close contacts who work with the employee need to self-quarantine as well? I think and cover that after the question came in, which is yes, the close contacts, you have to go through the quarantine return procedures of 14 or 10 days, depending on the symptoms. Question, if an employee is wearing face coverings at all times in the workplace, are they still considered in close contact? Rick, are you handling masks?
Well, I would say that I don't think that the playbook itself addresses this issue, but from a strict reading of the playbook, if they do meet the definition of close contact of spending 15 minutes or more within a 6 feet range, even if they're wearing a mask, presumably they would still be deemed a close contact. So, to the extent that you interpret it that way, I would think that they would still be under that category, unless you guys think otherwise.
Yeah, I agree with that because the masks or the face coverings are required, and then the definition of close contact it doesn't have any kind of exception for that. I think it presumes that they were wearing masks, so I think they would still count as a close contact if they meet the the 6 feet and the 15 minutes or more.